Hello everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Capricorn. You can have Capricorn anywhere in your chart. You can be a cross watcher. All that I ask is that if you are here watching this reading, that you come with good intentions for yourself and for others. Okay, so Capricorn. I just want to start by saying that I feel like this might be a bit of a continuation of last month's reading. And last month's reading was about, it was like a very toxic side of a twin flame type of situation, or at least something that was being labeled twin flame. Now, it's interesting because I feel like I was channeling your emotions last month because it feels like a very similar situation, but it's like the sweeter side of it. So last month you could have been feeling a little bit, angry, hurt, upset about the way things were going with this person that you're interested in. But this month it's like a lot sweeter. And so maybe you've had time to cool down, maybe things have changed, I don't know. But anyway, the reason I'm saying all this is because the song that came up for you, and you know, when I was getting into your energy, was Morning Song by Jewel. Now this song, she's talking about like wanting to just lay in bed with someone all day and just like, you know, stay in the comfort of their own home and just do like lays about and just do things that they find that they enjoy. Now, and actually this is coming to mind because of one of the lyrics in the song that I'll get to, but it's like also like, you know, like just lay in bed and lounge, but also like be very intimate and whatnot. And I'm getting a scene from, I think it's Benjamin Button. I've only ever seen that movie once, and it was a long time ago. I think it's from this movie, where there's a scene where it's like him and a woman that he's seeing at the time. All they do is like, they must have like spare money or something, but they just like stay in this bed and they like never want to leave this bed, and because they just want to spend time with each other like every second that they can get. I do think it's Benjamin Button because like, you know, his time goes backwards, so it's like they just want to spend as much time as they can together while they're at this point in their lives where they can be together, because he's going to keep getting younger and she's going to keep getting older, so there's only a time frame where they can be together. But anyway, so it's like that. And so anyway, the song that makes me think that it's like a twin flame type of thing that's coming up here, or it's a similar message to last month's, is, so she says in there, you can be Henry Miller and I'll be Anais Nin. Now, they're two writers, and they're both known for writing erotica. And it's interesting because I went kind of on like a little rabbit hole, research rabbit hole, because I know who those two people are, but I'm not super familiar with their work. So I went on a little rabbit hole, and Henry Miller, he wrote like a lot of erotica, and what do I want to say here? Oh, I don't know why this is coming up, but they did point out, like, so his middle name was Valentine, and he was a very sexual person. So like, I just, those two things are like correlated together because, you know, Valentine's Day, you know, whatever. But also he was a Capricorn, and so I don't know if maybe you want to do some research on their relationship or whatnot. So in the song she says, you can be Henry Miller and I'll be Anais Nin, except this time it'll be even better. We'll stay together in the end. Now, Anais Nin and Henry Miller, they never got married or anything. They were both married when they met. They had an affair, like, but she had like an affair with him and his wife, and but they were never married. Like, he married 5 times or something, but he never married Anais Nin. So it's almost like, that's why I'm getting that twin flame thing, like different lifetimes. Like maybe you'll resonate with Henry Miller or Anais Nin in this situation, And so it's like a past lives thing, like maybe you were one of them in a past life or whatever, or you felt very strongly connected to their writings in a past life or this life or whatever. But that's what's making me think that's kind of like a cycles thing. You've had other lifetimes where you were at least in each other's lives, not necessarily in a committed relationship or anything like that, but together and learning from each other. Okay. So anyway, I'm not necessarily getting that you are like lounging in bed with this person all day. I'm getting the feeling like that's what you want. You daydream about getting to like call off from work and just lay in bed all day with this person. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the Law of Attraction cards by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So can I have 1 or 2 cards for Capricorn, please? Okay. This is interesting. Okay. It says, I know who I really am, 1. And then 42, I can turn a downward spiral upward. Now, I just got the message that one of you could have a life path number of 1 and one of you could have a life path number of 6. Doesn't have to be, but that's just something they were pointing out. Now, I know who I really am. That's good. Like, okay, so in a twin flame situation, the only way that 2 people in those kind of relationships can come together is if they know who they are, know what they want, and know how to set the boundaries and keep the boundaries, okay? So you know who you really are. And then I can turn a downward spiral upward. So I really think that you're feeling optimistic because last month was so tumultuous. Like a lot of resentment was coming through and just like it was toxic and just not healthy. And so I feel like right now you're feeling more optimistic and you're saying like I can turn this downward spiral upward, and you're wanting to just like change the direction of the way things were going. Okay. And I am hearing 16 just because this is a 1 and a 6, and 16 is the Tower card in the tarot, and Tower is change. It represents change. Like abrupt, obvious change. Okay, so we're going to use the vice versa tarot to get your message here. So let's see. What is the message for Capricorn for May, please? What is the message for Capricorn, please? What's the message for Capricorn? Oh, that is a lot of cards, but I'm only going to take the 3 that fell and not that big stack. Okay. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the Star card, which Star is what comes after the Tower, which is awesome, and then the Page of Pentacles. So there's Pentacles on both sides. You could be dealing with 2 Earth signs, or you could be an Earth, obviously like Capricorn's an Earth sign, but there could be another Earth sign involved. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be. And then, so let's see here. I want to move these up a little bit. Okay. So 4 of Pentacles is about like holding on to something. And it's interesting because there's a torch here that's on fire. It looks like it's about to catch his robe on fire, but he's staying put. Like he knows it's there, but he's staying put. So it's almost like that toxic energy from last month where it's like you wanted to stay in a situation even though it was toxic. Like in the reading, it was kind of like, I don't really remember a lot, but it was just, and that's kind of like how a twin flame can be portrayed. Like, and that's why I don't really like talking about twin flames that much, because it can be tied to very toxic situations. And that's kind of what this feels like, is like willing to stay in a situation no matter how toxic it is. But right here, it's like I can turn a downward spiral upward. That's this star energy, where it's like the tower, which is the downward spiral, you know, the fall. But then right directly after it is the star, which is the healing. And I think that's kind of like, by knowing who you are, you're like, I know who I am, I know what I want, I know my boundaries, and I know how to stick to my boundaries. And I feel like that you feel like you can turn that into something positive. Like if this person was in your life, you would know how to set the boundaries and heal it, right? Because the star is about healing. And then you have the page, and he literally has a cornucopia. Now the cornucopia isn't full, but he is the page, and he has this one little pentacle, right? He has one pentacle, and the pages are, to me, about so like the pentacle journey is about like the idea of what you want to do with life, like in a physical manner. Okay, and then the page is the very first step. It's the very first step of action on that pentacle journey. Okay. This could also be about a job because it is pentacles, but I'm not really getting that, especially because of the song. I'm getting that the pentacle energy is more like building a life. Like you were holding on to what you wanted from this person here in the past. Like you were holding on to something that wasn't reality, right? And then, but you learned to heal and change it. And like, so the Page of Pentacles will eventually lead to the Queen of Pentacles. And that's like a union of the highest regard, you know, and I feel like you have an idea of how to make that happen, or you think you have an idea of how to make that happen, how to fill your cornucopia with this other person. Now you might be actually offering, like reaching out to this person and saying, look, this is kind of where I stand, and like, either, you know, if you want to get on the same page as me, you're more than welcome. If not, I'm going to keep going on this pentacle journey. You're ready, and if they're not, that's okay too. You're still going to turn something into, like, something negative into something positive. You are transmuting it, and you're ready to go on a journey, okay? But you know, also, it could be, this was a very similar message to what Taurus was getting as well. So, it's like a judgment almost, where you can say, okay, this is who I am, this is what I want, and they'll either match it or they won't. Okay? But no matter what happens, the situation is being healed. It's going to allow you to start on a new path, on a new journey. And it's either going to, like, this person's either going to go with you or they're not, and you're okay with either option. You still want to build yourself no matter what. And that's really good. That's really good. Okay. What do I want to look at here? I'm going to look at the Page of Pentacles. We're going to use the Tarot of the Golden Wheel to look at the Page of Pentacles. What's the Page of Pentacles here? Can you clarify the Page of Pentacles for Capricorn for May, please? Capricorn, May. Page of Pentacles for Capricorn, May. Okay, we have the World. Now, to me, the World, like, normally the World is about, like, the absolute, like, end of cycles and change. But to me, this one is almost like the four directions, like north, south, east, and west. Like, you can't see the other fourth person, but they are there. Although they're not holding hands, so maybe there is only three people. But anyway, it's almost like this is like a darker past, and it's like it's almost like these three energies. Look at this. Where it's like the Four of Pentacles, the darkness, the holding on to something that's like burning you, and then the change, the transmutation, and then the healing to continue on this journey. What's on the bottom? The Emperor. And you know what's interesting is like, so no matter what, if this person is your Emperor or not, I feel like you are tapping into the Emperor within yourself. It's like, so it's like a, you know, that's what they say, like twin flame is. It's like the coming together of divine masculine and divine feminine. But what people don't talk about with that is that we have those within ourselves. We have both of those energies within ourselves. Now, if say you're a feminine, and you think the other person, this twin flame or whatever, is your masculine, right? What you're not giving yourself credit for is that you have that masculine energy within yourself. You are your own divine masculine as well as your own divine feminine, okay? And I think I really think that you're finding your own, like, because Pentacles it is like a masculine energy to me. So I feel, maybe it is in general, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, to me it does feel masculine. And I think that you are awakening your own masculinity. Whether this person comes with you or not, I really feel like this is about you right now. And it's about turning it was like almost like last month you were on a downward spiral, and now you're realizing like the things that you do need to do, the things that you need to, it's like that balance. You need to find that healing. And you're doing it. You're really going in and like giving yourself your self-love. I know who I really am. Now there with that song, there is a part of you that wishes this person would come along with you. You hope that one day they will. You hope they will sooner rather than later, but you also are okay if they don't. But you have faith that, especially with that line, like, except this time will be even better, we'll stay together in the end. I think you have faith that this person and you will come together, even if it's not right now. Because I do feel like you still have healing to do and they still have healing to do. Because it is a page energy, you know. It's the beginning of a journey. Okay. This is going by really fast. I want to get another card here. Yeah, I think I want to get another card for the page. Because this is like the moon and then the sun on this side. So it's like being in the dark and then being in the light. I want to see what's in the light. Can you continue clarifying the page, please? Okay, so it is next to the world, which is good. So the Five of Wands represents resistance, fighting. I think you're stopping resistance. Because it's like almost like because you were looking for that say you're feminine or whatever, you're looking for that masculine external to you. That's fighting against your own true nature, because your own true nature has both masculine and feminine to it. Okay, so you were fighting against that. And we have the Six of Pentacles here. And Six of Pentacles is usually about like reciprocity, like equal give and take. But if you see here, one is much larger and more bountiful than the other. Okay, so this is like you right now. And so if you're feminine, now this can always be vice versa. Say you're feminine energy, and then this is like the masculine energy. Okay, you have to feed your masculine energy in order to let it grow and become your equal. feed your masculine, or vice versa. Like if you're more masculine than feminine, feed your feminine and let it grow to become your equal. Because that's a twin flame relationship. It has to, like, if you ever do come into union, it has to be equal. And that's what is like within yourself. It's like there has to be an equal balance between the two. Okay, and I think you're like stopping resistance to that. You were looking for whatever is lacking within yourself and another person, and that's why twin flames are like called mirrors, right? Because we see something in them that we desire for ourselves, right? So you have to learn to give it to yourself. Okay, so we are going to get a crystal wisdom healing oracle card for you guys. Can I have a crystal for Capricorn regarding this reading, please? Can I have a crystal for Capricorn, please? Selenite. All right, and that's a 3 there. Selenite, or look, 2121. Huh. I just heard 5 of 2021 as well. Because this is the 5 of wands and then 21. So that's like in May. That's coming up. This reading is for May. So anyway, let me get my book here for selenite. Divine light. In the ancient world, selenite protected against wandering of the mind. It invokes mental clarity and divine inspiration. Spirituality is vital for you. You are a translucent soul who moves fluidly through time. Use insights wisely. Avoid confusing past with present. Yes. Don't think of this situation like whatever was in the past, like that's not what the present is. Like whether it's a good or bad, like if you have very fond memories of this person, okay, you can't carry all of that in because you're not bringing in the bad as well. You're not remembering the bad, okay? But then also hang on. Avoid confusing past with present. But also if you tend to look at the more negative things, like don't think that people can't evolve because you're constantly evolving. That doesn't mean other people can't, like that also means other people can constantly evolve as well, right? You're not the only one that's capable of evolving. Now I'm not telling you to like go let this person mistreat you, absolutely not. It's just like just know that if you're capable of change, other people are also capable of change, okay? So just see things for what they are, not through your lens in which you see them, okay? You see into people's hearts to what motivates them. Do not be manipulated or too eager to please, which is, I think, where you were before. Stand by what you know because now it's like, I know who I really am. You're coming into that, like being able to set your boundaries, right? Stand by what you know. You have the gift of clarity and mental flexibility with the power to make excellent decisions. Now, if you're not sure what selenite is, this is a selenite wand. Let's see. A situation is unpredictable no matter how solid it appears. Be prepared for challenges and changes. Banish confusion. Clarity is needed. Avoid. Allow divine light to inspire the future. Let go of something dear to you. Parting does not mean loss of love. That's kind of what this feels like. It's like you have to let this person go in order to move forward. You have to, because the cornucopia is empty. You have to figure out what it is that you want, the clarity that you want, the boundaries that you want to set. Okay? In order to bring in something healthy and happy, you have to be able to discern. Reconciliation is possible. Make the first move. Overheard conversations enlighten you. That's interesting. I don't know. overheard conversations enlighten you. Normally, I wouldn't encourage like spying or anything. That doesn't, I don't know. It's like almost like maybe you have like a mutual like friend with this person, and I don't know, they share something with you. I don't know. That's very, very interesting. Now, healing insight, being in the flow strengthens your well-being. Now, it represents Taurus and Cancer. I think just listening to your gut instinct is what you're being called to do. Now, it's almost like listen to your gut. It's like know what is really healthy for you and what is not healthy for you, okay? If you decide to talk to this person, if you like you have to like really really listen to your boundaries and discern, like if it's almost like that past thing, if you look at it in a positive light, like make sure you're not shining a positive light onto something that is toxic. And if you're viewing the past as toxic, make sure you're not shining a toxic light on something that is positive. And that's the selenite. It's like that clarity. Okay, so Capricorn, this has been your reading. I hope it was helpful. If it was, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. If or I thank any of you for being present today. I thank any of your guides that are present, any of my guides that are present, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.